It's time for another classic game you never heard before. And today I've got a really rubbish one to show you. Roland takes a running jump on the Amstrad CPC. Now anyone who's lived in the early 80s and grown up with the Amstrad CPC is probably well familiar with the name Roland. A little guy who took on many forms and style in many games. We had Roland in the caves, Roland on the ropes, Roland in time, Roland ahoy, Roland in space. Alright, I apologise for that. But anyway, moving on, Roland goes digging, and Roland takes a running jump. A game that was so bad with such a suggestive title, it's a wonder Roland didn't actually take a running jump into the nearest ocean for starring in such a bad game. This is the title screen for Roland Takes a Running Jump. Using a joystick, so you can't use a keyboard, you must help Roland find the missing discs, collect 5 and go to the exit from each of the 9 floors from the Amstrad building. Sorry, of the Amstrad building. But watch out for Mr. Sugar, the telephone and the deadly plants. Right, so it's suggesting that there's live telephones and sugar bags and plants out to get you. Well, let's have a look at some of the in-game footage. Now those of you who have played Jet Set Willy to death will be well familiar with this type of game. In fact, they were probably trying to rip off Jet Set Willy with this game, but they did an absolute crap job with it. In fact, this game is so hard I've never even been able to get past this screen. The banyan tree from Jet Set Willy has got nothing on this. And just who on earth would make a stairway out of one-way floors? That is just insane. And that noise when you die is really irritating. Yes, he has a massive flatulence attack whenever he loses a life. I'd hate to see the state of his toilet. And the worst thing is, when you lose a life, all those things you sweated bullets over trying to collect, you gotta collect them all over again. And what do you get when you lose all your lives? Just this screen here. And you gotta press fire, because if you press anything else, yeah, it crashes back to basic. Talking of which, you know, I think I could actually make a better game in basic, and in fact I have. Let me introduce Dymo Mania. This is a game I made about 6 years ago, and despite being made entirely in basic, it's actually better. Let's have a look. Using a cleverly programmed, I don't know, guess you could call it an algorithm or something, this is able to create the levels completely at random, and no matter how many times you visit each level, they'll all look the same. Level 1 will look like level 1, level 2 will look like level 2, and so on. A pretty fun game. The main character is animated despite just being made out of a standard Amstrad ASCII character, and this game is complete with collecting diamonds, blowing walls up, and jumping really high because it's on an alien planet called the Space Mines. Even though there's no enemies, there's plenty of ways to kill yourself, running into an electrocutor, or a spike, or even a mine. And yes, you can fall through the floor into the bottomless pit. If I ever find somewhere I can upload this game, I will, so you can play it on an emulator or transfer it onto a real Amstrad so you can play it for real. But to sum it up, Dymo Mania, good. Roland Takes a Running Jump, bad. Well, after much button bashing and swearing at the computer, I'm finally gonna beat the first level. Okay, jump! Yes, onto the disappearing floors. Okay, get that disc. Right, now I think I've got to go in here. Yes, I did it! First level completed. Now where are we? The telephone switchboard. Oh well, here goes. That just about sums it up for this game, and until next time, goodbye.